Hello and welcome once again to my house, my international house of Guitar Awesome. This is the first in a number of videos that I'm going to do, which will just basically be me talking about my various guitars. And why not? I might hear you ask. We all love hearing about guitars, and today's guitar is this beautiful 1961 reissue Les Paul. I think it's actually from about 1991. And it was owned previously by a fantastic guitar player called Paul Stacey, who I've known for many years, and he's a really great player. Played with a number of pretty well-known bands, and also is a really great producer. Produced I think Chris Robinson from the Black Crowes is one of his productions. But he's a great player, great rock, jazz, fusion, the whole thing. And he had this guitar for a while, and I bought it off him. I think it was in 2001 or maybe 2002, around about that kind of time. Yeah, 1961. 1961 reissue. Now it's got a maple cap, which is actually two pieces. I don't know if you can see. If I bring it up close, you probably can't see that, but you can just see a line in the middle there, where the two pieces of maple have been what they call book matched. Beautiful binding that's going kind of yellow here. It's got a wonderful neck, a wide and thin neck. It's got these clusons, which I love, old-fashioned clusons. Again, if I show you the back, you'll see that they're old-fashioned enclosures at the back. Mahogany body, mahogany neck, and standard rosewood fingerboard with block inlays, and again beautiful yellowing going old binding on the neck and the body. It's really, you probably can't see it in this light actually, but it's really lovely. Two humbuckers which are really pretty hot. They're very high output humbuckers, so this guitar isn't suitable for everything. I'm going to play a couple of things just with a dirty sound. This is going through Logic and the Guitar Amp Pro plugin, so the sound it's not like a Marshall or a Bassman or something, but it's good enough so you can hear. So this is probably a little MIDI. Let's take some of the mid off there and give it a bit more. Take a bit of gain down. Clean up a little bit. So yeah. You can hear there's a lot of sustain there, and that's with the gain at about a third, so not even a lot of gain going on. Through a Marshall, this sounds humongous. It really sounds humongous. It's awesome, but I don't use it a lot. And why don't I use it? It's because it weighs a ton. It weighs an absolute ton. Also, the sound isn't suited to everything. It's great for, you know, let's have a listen to the back humbucker. Nice and screamy. But how does it sound with very fast, precise picking? A little bit muddy on the back. Let's try the front. The notes kind of pop out. Possibly a little too edgy on the back humbucker for that kind of thing. But on the front humbucker, the notes tend to pop a bit more. But the classic thing for this guitar really is the blues thing. great sound for that sort of thing. But again, as I say, let's have a listen to the clean sound and maybe see how that sounds. Oops. Yeah, there we go. Quite noisy that amp. So here's a nice clean sound. Yeah, quite good. Maybe a little bit too muddy on the back pickup. Sorry, on the front pickup there. It's warm. Yeah, nice. But you can hear, actually it's clipping there. And again, the gain's not very high, the input isn't very high, it's clipping. You can hear that the humbuckers are very high output, and they probably aren't suited to ultra clean styles of playing. They're much more suited to a little bit of grit, maybe a little bit less than I was using there. I think that's an emulation of a Soldano or something, so it's really dirty. I'd say that you want to use this kind of guitar with a little bit less gain going on. But the fact is that it plays beautifully. I wish I could use it a lot more, but it just doesn't have the characteristics for the kind of working guitar that I need. It weighs a ton. You know, you see those guys in those blues bands from the 60s and 70s, and they're all hunched over, not because it looks cool. They haven't got the guitars down there because it looks cool and it's kind of hip. They've got them down there because they weigh a ton and their backs are hurting. So the strap that goes with this guitar is about that wide. It's a huge strap. I did use it for a number of things that I did with Pete Brown. Pete Brown was the writer of songs like Sunshine of Your Love, White Room, Politician, Theme from an Imaginary Western. Try saying that quick. Theme from an Imaginary Western. And he was I worked with this band for a long time, and I think that this is on a live album that I did with this band. Sounds great. Through a Marshall rig, it just sounds absolutely brilliant. But for most of my kind of working gigs right now, it's not the right kind of thing. If I get asked to do blues stuff, then I might get it out. But really, it's just so heavy. It makes it very difficult to make this a working guitar. I don't know how the guys used to do it. Mind you, I guess that explains why they had to then take lots of painkillers. But anyway, it's a really great guitar. It sounds phenomenal. I do love playing it, and I do take it out at home quite often and give it an earring. It's a shame not to. And I'm not sure what else to tell you about it actually, apart from that. Yeah. You know, even through a computer, you can just hear those harmonics beginning to take shape through an amp, through a good amp, with a saturated sound which brings out the harmonic series. It's great. I think you can kind of get like just get the pitched harmonics. Not easy on a computer emulation. I think it's a lot easier with good amp, good real amp. So yeah, that's my Les Paul. Just a little look at my Les Paul. I hope you've enjoyed that. Please get in touch with me. It's going to turn that hiss off. Please get in touch with me through Twitter or through Facebook. You can find me on Facebook very easily. If you want to say hello to me, please drop me an email. If you see me in the street, say hello. If you see me playing, throw some tomatoes. If you see, well, don't say hello if you see me somewhere that I really shouldn't be. Like there's some places in Soho that it's better we don't acknowledge each other. But most other places, I'm very happy to hear from people. I love hearing from people. I love talking about guitars. I love talking about music and guitar playing. So so please do get in touch. And I hope that you have enjoyed just a little bit of hearing and learning about this Les Paul. Look at that, you can just see the carved top, beautiful beautiful finish. It's not a flame maple, but it's kind of, you can see the grain just there under the finish. Okay, once again, thanks very much. See you next time. Bye bye.